Hey guys, on this episode, I'm going to be showing you how to make a coffee bean dryer. So for all you coffee fanatics out there who like to roast your own beans, you're going to need one of these. Now, you may ask, well, why would I want this? Well, when you're making your own coffee and roasting your own beans, you want to cool those beans as fast as you possibly can to get the best flavor out of that bean. Well, this is a coffee bean dryer. I made it. This is actually for a friend of mine who is a huge coffee connoisseur. And basically it has a little wire mesh that you can remove, and it has a fan right here in the bottom. And you just basically pour your hot coffee beans right when they come out of being roasted. You turn this on and it sucks all the hot air out and cools those beans really quickly. Well, if you're interested in seeing how to make one of these so your coffee tastes better, stick around. We're about to get started. Alright, so I've already pre-cut everything for this project because I want to get straight to building. If you want the exact dimensions of everything, I have a link to the plans right here and also in the description below. The first thing we're going to start with is cutting out all the holes. To do that, we're going to be laying out the fan and marking where our hole slots are. The first holes that we're going to drill are going to be for our scroll saw blade to fit through. Alright, so I'm over here near my scroll saw and I'm going to insert the blade into the hole that I just created and then reattach the blade to my scroll saw and begin cutting out the hole. As you can see, I'm not the best scroll sawer out there, so I had to take everything over to my spindle sander and clean it all up. If you've never used a spindle sander before, I highly recommend it. It's very therapeutic and a lot of fun. Let's skip over the rest of the sanding and jump in to drilling the rest of the holes that we have to make and start assembling. Alright, now that that's out of the way, it's time to install our internal supports that are going to hold our fan. What I'm doing here is I'm laying out where my supports are going to go. To ensure that they're installed in the correct exact location on each half, I'm basically drawing a line and putting that line edge to edge to verify that it's perfect. I'm using Titebond CA glue to attach everything. It's super strong and super easy to use. And now we're going to repeat this process to attach all of our parts together. Now that we've assembled everything, it's now time to sand our box. The last part that you attach is the top that holds your mesh tray. One step that I forgot to do was to cut out the bottom notch. This is to allow airflow to come out the bottom of your box. Make sure you do this step before you assemble your box like I did. I recommend using a sanding block to break all the edges and smooth everything out. Now here comes my favorite part. I get to apply the stain to my project. It's really nice to see how the stain brings out the grain of your wood, and also it's starting to look like the finished product. Now that your stain is dry, you want to apply a protective coating. I recommend going with a water-based polyurethane. Now we get to install the electrical components. This includes the screws, the grill, and the fan. And last but not least, the bottom grill and screws. Now that the fan's installed, it's now time to put in the mesh tray. And this is the coffee bean dryer. It's all done. I think it looks great. I'm curious if you like it, if you have any thoughts about it. If you do, post in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. All right, I have my coffee bean dryer. It is completely made and it looks phenomenal. I actually really love this thing. And if you love making and roasting your own coffee and you want to make a coffee bean dryer, I'll put a link to the plans right here in the video and also in the description below. Well, if you have any friends that like to make and roast their own coffee and need a coffee dryer, be sure to share this video with them. I'm sure they would appreciate it. And I'd appreciate it if you gave me a thumbs up if you like this. Well, guys, I'm going to go roast some coffee and cool them down, and I will see you in the next video.